Hello, friends. Welcome to this channel, Center of Excellence Pharma 4. In this episode, I'm going to discuss about transforming pharma digital supply chain with technology. The objective is to discuss where technology is going to contribute in digital supply chain management, how it's going to transform the process and how it is going to improve the operational and business excellence. Before getting into the details, I want to give you a brief objective or goal or passion what we have with Center of Excellence Pharma 4. As you are aware, number of emerging technologies like cloud, artificial intelligence, machine learning, IoT, blockchain, robotics, chatbot are coming up and every technology has got its unique capabilities. How these capabilities can be used to improve pharmaceutical supply chain management and achieve Pharma 4 requirements. With this objective, we have designed the knowledge base which we have acquired during last more than 35 years at our website respa.com. We have designed a course Smart Manufacturing in Pharma which is available on Udemy platform with 20 modules covering various details about the technology and challenges into pharma industry. We have launched a YouTube channel about 5 years back. Today it has got 350 videos discussing from strategies to audits and validation. I request all of you to look at it. I'm quite sure that you will find the solutions for your challenges. We launched a podcast channel which has got more than 75 podcasts now. This is to discuss about the recent developments into technology along with the challenges and how you can really adopt those technologies with digital transformation. We also have a book series, Center of Excellence Pharma 4, on Amazon platform. The books are available both in Kindle as well as paperback. It has got 7 books now. Please have a look at them also. Share those with your network. So let's get it into the details about today's topic. My agenda is a brief introduction. What really we are looking into pharma supply chain is real-time visibility about the product, batch, at a manufacturing stage, at a distribution stage, before it is reaching to the patient or customer. And predictive analytics, how it's going to help in improving the performance, productivity, and profitability. Artificial intelligence and autonomous decision making. As you know, our objective is that it should be a data driven decision making, which is going to be more and more accurate for a better decision making. Digital twins for scenario simulations, how you can adapt to that of what is really happening at a shop floor level, at a manufacturing systems, and how you can simulate them into your labs. Blockchain and enhanced traceability, cloud-based interoperability, augmented reality for operational efficiencies, intelligent cold chain management, strategic implementation considerations, achieving cost reduction and compliances, partnering with tech-savvy providers, and finally the conclusions. So in the introduction, I want to discuss few things like regulatory compliances. As you all are aware, pharma industry has got a stringent regulatory requirement. It requires a documentation and it has got a industry standards which requires to streamline the documentation processes. It starts at a raw material receipt level, quality level, manufacturing level, even warehouse distributions and everything. So that documentation is a very important criteria. Product integrity is important because it is maintaining the quality throughout the entire digital supply chain management. And that helps in implementing the tracking mechanism. Demand volatility is there, which is expected to monitor the market conditions and predicting those market changes is most important thing because that is what is the starting process of the entire business cycle. So predicting those market changes is very important and that keeps track about the uh, demand volatility and adjusting that into your supply chain operation in with sales and operation planning, material planning, and all that. It's the next step which is taking place. Unlocking the new efficiencies, optimizing the resource allocation and reducing the operational cost is also a very important criteria. So now looking at this, we have to think about how this transformation is going to take place. So we have to think about that regulatory compliances, which I discussed in the last slide, that those are the industry standards are there and requires an advanced tracking and reporting system. This is what is the transformation. As you are all aware, we were into the earlier technologies that were the analog technologies. Now we are moving to the digital technologies, and this is what is the transformation. So transformation is coming into regulatory compliances also. It is coming into the product integrity also. When I mention product integrity is maintaining the quality and the safety for all pharmaceutical products along with utilizing the technologies for the real-time monitoring. That means, just to give you an example, if you are at a manufacturing stage, you have a manufacturing execution system which needs to get integrated with IoT, that is the industrial Internet of Things actually, or Internet of Things, which sensor they capture the live data related to process parameter or quantity or something like that, which goes into the systems and that really tells you about the quality of the product, the processes of the turn. And that helps in real-time monitoring, which is what is becoming more important. And that is where you get a better product quality, processing and all that. Now this gets integrated with the demand volatility as I mentioned into the last slide. So any fluctuation happening at a market about the product demand gets adjusted through this entire system with the predictive analytics and all that. Now, when we are going for the digital transformation or digitizations, and now we are expecting efficiencies improvement. We are streamlining the operations with an automation. As I gave you an example of capturing the data with an IoT or something, that's a one step ahead for the automations and all that. So enhancing the supply chain visibility and coordination will really help. So that is what is the transformation. Now we are really looking about the real-time visibility and predictive analytics and all that. Now how that is really going to come is some of the few technologies have been mentioned over here. One is an IoT, that is a Internet of Things, or one more step going here, Industrial Internet of Things, which is enabling the tracking of the comprehensive monitoring, which we want to track the raw material movement or intermediate movement or movement of the finished product going to the warehouse or going for finally to the transportation to the customers, patient and all that. So we want to track all that in a real-time basis. and that can reduce the risk of like temperature excursions or stockouts or something like that, and that assure you a good product quality at the same time reaching to the customer or patient in time and all that. This is what it is the major benefit. It gives you the tangible and intangible benefit. Both are available over there. The next one is I want to discuss is about the artificial intelligence driven predictive models for forecasting and optimization of the resources actually. See, today when we are, analog system, the huge data is there, but we have not been able to analyze all the data. So how that is going to impact onto my forecasting, either on a weekly basis, monthly basis, quarterly basis, or something. That is what is the thing is really done by artificial intelligence and machine learning, which analyzes the historical data as well as the real-time data which is coming up from the market and then draws that, and that helps in forecast disruptions which if there are things may be coming up and all, and helps to optimize the inventory levels. As you know, every manufacturing cycle has got its own cycle time and all that. Based on to that, we always store the inventories and all. So now, how we can really optimize that inventory to such a level that it does support the market. At the same time, you don't stock it more, so you don't block the money onto the inventory. So this is a balancing thing which is really possible by this artificial intelligence systems and all, and that helps you to automate the corrective action, such as rerouting the shipments or something like that and all. And finally, the control tower platform can really take all the required data into a centralized data management system, applies artificial intelligence and helps with those data to all stakeholders to take a necessary corrective action, and that helps to get a good response into the supply chain deviations and all. Now, how artificial intelligence and automation can help in the decision making? Let's think about that also. So, intelligent automation is really required, which want to combine artificial intelligence with the robotic process automation. As we know, there are many repetitive jobs are there, repetitive processes are there, which we can really do that automation. And robotic process automation, along with artificial intelligence, can help you to uh, take the corrective actions, the decisions, and manages the various tasks or the processes and all that. Maybe some examples I mentioned it over there is the supplier communication. As you are getting aware that, oh, so inventory levels are going down, so you want to trigger a message to your supplier that, oh, please send so and so particular material and all that in time by so and so date or something like that. Or if there are any purchase order adjustments are to be done or demand recalibrations to be some such repetitive tasks, you can really do the intelligent automations and all that. The next is actually root cause analysis. That algorithm you can build up along with artificial intelligence and machine learning, which can identify the bottlenecks. Some of the, again, example is the raw material shortage or packing material shortage. And then they can suggest to recommend you the alternatives, maybe shifting to some other product or maybe slowing down the batches or something like that. And those alternatives can be suggested by the artificial intelligence and automations and all that. This is again a new technology which is coming up is the digital twin, which is going to help you to scenario simulation. You have to replicate the supply chains with simulation. No, there are testing responses to disruptions like a pandemic or geopolitical events or anything that there. And in such cases, you want to optimize your workflows for efficiencies or something like that. That is really helped by the digital twins actually. And some of the benefits achieved by a pharma company is improvements with the inventory planning, which reduces the excess stock by 15-20% and maintains the service level. So these are the benefits coming up from the digital twin. Another technology which is really catching up is blockchain, which enhances the traceability. As you know, pharma industry has to have a good, strong traceability, which will help to manage the quality and assure customers or the patient that yes, this is the best product, best quality, and all that. So, immutable ledger systems verifying the drug authenticity, that yes, this is the right product coming from this particular batch, and then that batch has been manufactured by this particular material, and these materials are having these are the quality results or something. You want to really trace it out, all that authenticity that is really helping by the blockchain era, which will streamline the recalls or something like that and track products from manufacturing to the patients and all that. The smart contracts is an add-on thing along with the blockchain, which can really help you in automating the compliance reporting and reduces the administrative overload also. Now, as you know, this is the huge amount of data is getting generated at all manufacturing steps and stages and all that. This has to really work with a unified cloud platform. And these clouds are integrating with all various legacy systems, starting from the marketing, starting from the suppliers, CMOs, distributors, all various stakeholders are getting integrated, and that enables the streamlining the data exchange and all this. So that provides the scalability all that. And you can define those APIs, depending upon the communications which you want to integrate from IoTs, from ERP systems, from MES system, from quality system, from logistic partners and everything. And that will get integrated, and this will also help you to achieve the good distribution practices, good manufacturing practices, good ISO systems and all that. So that's the benefit. So I really wanted to discuss about how these various technologies are going to contribute into the pharma digital supply chain management. Another technology is actually augmented reality, that the AR reality that basically wants to help to achieve the operational efficiencies or excellence into that. So AR will guide the workflows to assist the technician. Technicians are not really fully aware about the new technologies, new emerging technologies which are coming up, and how those technologies will help into the challenges into the manufacturing process or logistic process or distribution processes and all that. So now there are complex tasks are there, like equipment maintenance or certain packaging or something where this our augmented reality can help to train those skills, and then that can help you to reduce the errors. No, there are presently manual errors may be there. Those can be really reduced. So a large pharma company had implemented this in drug manufacturing processes, and that has really accelerated the onboarding and improved the precision into the operations and all. So coming to the intelligent collaborations and into cold chain management. Now, that's another important area because you have a good product, but then finally the products have to reach to the patients and it has to be a good quality. Now, cold chain management is becoming an important thing for vaccines or some important costly drugs which are to be there. So yeah, IoT sensors can really keep track about the temperatures which are to be maintained. So tracking the temperature, humidity, and all those things, and then that data is captured and in the real time it is available into the cloud. So if there is any deviation is coming up, a trigger is always generated and then the alert is being given. So the necessary action will be taken up. So this is where that automation can really help in improving the product quality and things. So we have to really think about the strategic implementation consideration. So these are again two things. One is the domain challenges, and second is the technology capabilities which are coming up and all that. So we have to really partner with a tech savvy logistic provider or a systems provider who will help you to mitigate the upfront cost actually, and then this will also help you in addressing the skill gaps. As you was mentioning in the last slides also, the new technologies are coming up and then the all skills which are there, they have to reskill, upskills, all this with new things are coming up. Technology is one part of it, but based on to the technology is the data driven decision making is another important area. So you have to really get to understand both the things and all that. And this has to come in a phased manner. So you have to go on implementing the simple systems, to see the results, get a confidence onto that, and then move to the next phase or next steps or something like that. So you have to initially target the high impact areas where you want to really do that. It could be on the focus on warehouse automation, or it could be onto demand forecasting and all. And that can really help you to get a cost reduction 20, 30%, 40% faster time. This will again depend upon company to company, their priority, their culture, their investments going into this technology upgrade and all that. But you have to really think about that and all. But then there are good number of possible returns are there. Fantastic returns are available. There could be tangible returns like cost reduction, faster time to market, compliance rate, and all that. At the same time, there could be many intangible benefits like leadership is there into personalized medicine. You can reach to the global market and build up a leaderships and all that. So these the things which you have to monitor this. So what I strongly suggest and recommend is that you should do a partnering with the tech savvy providers, no technology providers. You may have a cloud service provider, you may have a IoT service provider, you may have a blockchain technologies, you may have a chatbot services or something, and you have to integrate those which will reduce your upfront cost also, and which will help you to address those skill gaps, because the skill gaps shortage is going to be a big challenge and all that. What really we are focusing on to all our social media platforms, whether it's a YouTube, whether it's a podcast, whether it's a Udemy platform, whether our books, we want to really educate the team members, so the new entrants like mm, those skills which are getting passed out to the graduation from the pharma industry or the consultant to know and get familiar with this technology and then contribute it to the organization for improvements into operational and business sector. So coming to the conclusion, I just mentioned about these are the benefits, some other things out there. So keep this in mind how technology can really help in going into the digital supply chain management. And then that digital transformation is going to drive you to achieve those Pharma 4 requirements and all that. So again, I'm coming back to our social media platforms, which are available on Udemy, YouTube, and podcast channel. Please do refer to them. In case if you have any suggestions, do write to us. Share this with your network also. Hope I gave you a brief idea about how technology is going to contribute it in digital supply chain management. Thank you. Bye.